Keep in mind, I did not see The Crow. I knew that out of the gate, and a lot of the remakes. But this was considered an installment. So I want to go into this film saying this is going to be good. I knew it. There was no way because I don't like who owns the property, and I'd had a feeling the script writers were going to be basically like children. So with that, my disappointing film of the year is Alien Romulus.
I finally just watched it the other week.
All right, let me just start off here. I got to kind of quote quick.
Let him gather himself.
Chris Gore from Film Threat said the best. This was Alien and Aliens' greatest hits if it was sung to us by a cover band.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
This is just copy and paste. Take every quote that worked in the first two movies that everybody loves, and just let's make a new movie of it. And it was just so insulting and deflating. Like this was basically a 12-year-old that said, "Well, what do you want me to write here? You want me to write the script?" What were the most popular ones? The first two. Oh. Watch. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to do. And I noticed this made some money. It's made more than the last two.
Yep.
And there's some praise, but I noticed the praise is all from people that are like 35 years old that probably didn't grow up with Alien and Aliens and don't realize this is just a cloned, recycled movie. Yeah. I also got to say, like, you watch the first Alien and Aliens movie, like, Parker, Ash, Hicks, Hudson, Vasquez,
Ripley,
Rick, Newt, Ripley, Bishop, Basky, Frost. Okay, so I just named you 12 people. The reason I know these characters' names is because the story was so intriguing. The acting was so good. The script flowed. Made me watch Aliens 200 times. Made me get a tattoo from my shoulders down to my ass of an alien and a predator fight going on. Because this is how much I hold the franchise going. When I watched this, I don't remember the characters' names because I had no attachment to them at all.
100%.
It just looked like a bunch of characters I didn't care about.
Yep.
I didn't care about these characters. The only good performance was I forgot the actor's name, but the guy that played the android.
Yeah, the synth. I think Gaz and I both said the exact same thing.
Yeah, he's the only guy that did a good performance, but like I didn't care for the lead girl, who I think it was called Rain. There's Rain, there's Ripley, by the way. I like how they had to use an R. Like try to come on. But it wasn't. There was a couple aspects of this film that I give a pass for. I love the set design.
Yeah.
I loved when they were on the planet. I thought you were really kind of doing justice to the Aliens movie of showing downtown of what it was like, on an island place. And I love that it was practical effects. Great. That being said, like this is just zeros across the board. Like just zeros across the board.
Yeah, story and character were not it. I mean, I could give it a couple. I'm telling Gaz, the ring of that planet that they were floating over, and the kind of ghost ship. I like both of those concepts. It's like just the ghost ship concept just wasn't used properly. And like you said, these characters weren't built up. Like I was talking through it with Gaz. Like Lauren hit me after he watched this. He saw it a bit before I did. And I'm just like Lauren. I'm an original trilogy fanboy. I even think Resurrection is not that bad. Resurrection was definitely better than Romulus. So I mean, you could.
But he even took Resurrection at the end, another like what you took from that movie. Why'd you take from that movie?
Digging deep into the barrel.
But now that you said the R word, Resurrection, I don't hate it, but I understand. Like I can't stick up for it, but those characters in that movie, at least I was attached to them a little bit.
And actors, they had Perlman, you know, so they had a couple things that were like you said. So the synth was Andy. Obviously, they had that throwback synth to the original synth from Alien. He's kind of the cameo. That's probably one of the better parts. Although, as Lauren said, it's also taking from the greatest hits, so you don't necessarily get credit for it. Yeah, there's just a lot of weird decisions, and it was too long. Honestly, nothing happened for the first 45 minutes for an Alien movie. They tried to do the whole thing where like, ooh, when's it gonna pop off? And then by the time it does,
and even they find the from a 3 triple explosion from the Alien movie, the first one, of a nuclear went off 3 times at the end of the first Alien, but yet the alien is frozen in ice. I was like, what? There's nothing left. Like it's a nuke. You know what the N word means for nuke? Like, come on.
Like they're picking and choosing of sound science in this movie, right? Is very like, you know.
I just cannot believe the studio though. Like the shaved head Asian girl, because that's how I have to describe her. Sorry, I don't know her name because she was boring. Yeah, she gets impregnated.
Yeah.
And hatched under 5 minutes. Like
that's what Gaz is saying. It's record time for the chest burster.
Kane was in the hospital for days. Then it fell off. Then they woke him up, and then he's like, "Yeah, all right, I'm a little tired, but all right." And now he's at the table, and it's days later after the alien had the time to host. And you know, like what is this? Now it's an express. It's the alien's just an express. Like now, like
see what you referenced was storytelling, Lauren, and we're not doing that anymore in science fiction. Now it's, hey, you got bit by a face hugger. Oh my God, your chest bursting. What do we do?
They're written by children. These scripts are written by children. But someone came up with the greatest hits, and you know what's the worst part? It made a lot of money, so that person's probably could toot his horn. But like you didn't,
already coming.
You did nothing for people like you and I and the true Alien fans of making the story go forward.
Yeah, they don't get that the strength is like Ripley being the head, obviously Hickson too, and the story and just this a lot of things they missed in this one. And the pacing was super off.
You know what I want to see a damn Alien movie without an android? Just give me one time. I don't need to see an android.
Yeah, they crutched on it in this one, like a little too much. Like obviously, like you said, that whole concept of the android being against them or being manipulative, like we've seen it a few times in it, because Prometheus and Covenant brought it back as well, if I'm not mistaken. So now we're like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. Alien.
So you're copying and pasting that too. So you
don't got to reuse it in every chapter, though.
Ash and David. You took Ash and David and threw it in there, but then brought him back.
Yeah,
he brought him back. Like, all right, now he's back to himself. But
it was weird. I mean, they did a lot more with the face huggers. I haven't seen the Evil Dead remakes because I'm kind of like, I'm a purist of the Evil Dead trilogy. I think I saw the first one, but when it got rebooted, whatever, I probably missed it. I know this guy did one of them, so I wouldn't say like his directing was definitely not terrible, but I think it's mostly just the way the story was written. Like you said, super hollow characters. And then other than the set design, I'm not really sure I could tell you what I liked about it. You know what I mean?
But I can't. It's Rain and the android guy, and I cannot name you those other people on the ship.
No,
they were there.
Nicknames for him.
They were there to die.
Yeah,
that was
100%.
There to die. And when they're dying, I'm not caring about them. Like in Aliens, every time, like there goes Vasquez, there goes Drake. There goes Hudson. You're like, come on, no, not that one, but this guy, this movie. You're like, I don't care. I don't even. Who's it? What's your name? I don't remember your name. Like,
well, here's the other thing. It's like when you read the synopsis, it's like a young crew goes and finds a ghost ship to try to steal Wayland tech. Like while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonists come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. So that's the twist. We got young space colonists. That's what's supposed to be, I guess, different about it. Like, dude, they go to this ghost ship. They essentially bring no weapons, no artillery. It's like, what if there's other pirates there? What if, it doesn't have to, what if it's a human threat, They're totally unprepared.